Welcome to the Bank on Action Wrestling Podcast. I'm the Mass Blogster. With me is Mr. E. Marquee.
How's it going, everybody?
TaylorMade is making friends, networking. What did you call it, Mr. E?
Ass kissing, excuse me.
Yeah, so anyways, he's making his mark in the wrestling world, apparently. We're actually doing our show from the Championship Wrestling from Arizona Arena. Just before a show, this is our new time, our new day of the week. We're coming to you Monday. So, yeah, this is Saturday, March 30th for us. It'll be the first for you guys. Happy April Fool's Day. Also with us is a gentleman that is going to have his own podcast soon. His name is Mark Hill. Mark, how are you?
I'm awesome. How are you?
Fantastic, sir. So hopefully we can get your opinions on the world of wrestling and well, tell us a little bit about your podcast and what it's all about.
Well, my podcast is going to be myself hosting a show in partnership with the one and only Gnome King. And this will be like the Gnome King's first all-exclusive show. I mean, he pretty much runs it. He's just allowing me to be on it with him. And on this show, we're going to be talking about anything under the sun, including wrestling.
Well, as far as the Gnome King goes, it's always whatever he wants, from what I understand, because we've had him on the show quite a few times, and we've always enjoyed it, and we thank you for coming on.
Well, thank you. And, I'm a man of faith, and if I could quote word to describe the king, it would be a scripture that says, to anger the king is to forfeit your own life. And so, yes, it is what the king says, or else.
Absolutely. We can't wait to tune into that. Mr. E. Marquee, what did you think about this week of professional wrestling?
I don't know. There was a couple of good things. Some things I'm scratching my head over. A couple of funny things. I'm gonna start with what I was scratching my head over. I'm thinking you have Antonio Cesaro, great talent, power. He's got the technical ability. But now they've kind of reduced him. It's like he has no opponent, so he's fitting in with any kind of match. Now he's a Yodel champion or something like that. Is that what I'm understanding? I see this, and I'm like, come on, this is just a waste. What they also did was they took Miz out of that particular feud, and they totally disregarded it, and now he's going against oh, wow, I'm drawing a blank. Wade Barrett. Yeah, Wade Barrett. So, that was one of the things that really stood out on mine. I do like the fact that they're bringing back the Fight Night. So on TNA. So, yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy the Fight Night on TNA as well. And, I'm scratching my head over Antonio Cesaro as well. What's unfortunate is he is a super talent, and I don't see him with a match at WrestleMania, unfortunately. Is he just going to be a pre-show, or that's what it seems to feel like? Mark Hill, do you have anything to say about that?
Actually, you mentioned Cesaro, Barrett, and The Miz. I'm a big fan of all those guys. Cesaro has great charisma, personality. He gets the crowd emotionally invested into the product. And unfortunately, in wrestling, there is a lot of inconsistency as far as storylines go, and at the drop of a hat, things can change just like that. But in my opinion, a real man of their craft in wrestling can pull it off and pull it off well. I'm always reminded of a little something called polka dots and sapphire. That's something that everybody thought was going to fail, and Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, pulled it off, baby.
He certainly did. He was told to do that, and he owned it. Hey, look, TaylorMade's here.
Yeah. I was dealing with some business over at we're here at Championship Wrestling Arizona. I was talking to a few of the wrestlers, trying to line up some interviews for tonight. But I hear we're going over the week of wrestling. I liked Raw. I liked SmackDown. TNA was a little slow for me, but I mean, the aces and eights angle just keeps me tuned in. That's like the biggest angle right now going in wrestling for me. But I liked all around this week of wrestling was very good. It was it kept me tuned in. It wasn't boring. Now obviously they could have thrown away because it was a go home show for Raw to WrestleMania, but let who cares, It wasn't
No, not quite go home, but that's the next.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't the go home show to Raw. It could have thrown this one away because go home's this Monday coming up. So
Absolutely. So is there anything that you guys are looking forward to on this Raw to make you want WrestleMania that much more? Because I mean, I'm already excited for it. Is there anything that you're saying, okay, if they could do something with this angle, that will make me want to see it that much more?
I don't know. I'm still kind of confused with the whole Fandango, Chris Jericho thing. It kind of puzzles me. You have somebody who's refusing. I guess it's supposed to be some kind of build-up, but that to me is kind of what I'm looking into.
Yeah, Fandango. I kind of like it. It's a nice way to get him involved and put him against a legend, and I think it'll be a good match. I think it's very underrated.
did you guys see what I saw on Raw? I mean, in that when he came out and he obliterated Jericho, did you guys see what I saw? Right?
Yeah, he's got talent.
Well, not only that, but did you see Jericho? You see Jericho like, don't say a fucking word. He grabbed his leg and goes, "Don't say a word. Don't say a word." And the guy has the mic and he goes, "Fandango." Jericho's telling him, "Don't." He was already over. He didn't need to say anything else. Like Jericho was trying to guide him in. So I like Johnny Curtis, whatever you want to call him, but that right there, that move when a vet's telling you don't say shit on the mic, that means don't say shit. Don't go into business for yourself right there, trying to get yourself over. And I think that's what happened. I mean, I've rewinded it several times, and Jericho tells him he's grabbing his leg, and I know everybody saw Jericho grab his leg when he was down, saying, "Don't say nothing." He's lipping it. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. I just think, he shouldn't have said something. He should have left it right there, and that match would have been, like, up for the week right there for me. I've been, like, pumped up. What I would like to see, one thing I would like to see before we pass this on, do this next thing for Mark, I would love to see, CM Punk, Undertaker, Rock, Cena. I want a third, like, kind of main event coming out. I want to see more out of the Triple H, Brock Lesnar. That's kind of like, okay, it's kind of drawn me in a little bit, but it's not to that, oh, man, I really want to see. Yes, exactly. The fever pitch is not there. So I would like to see something come out of the Triple H, Brock Lesnar, and then if you maybe have Cesaro come out with a match. That'd be nice. So
I agree. Triple H versus Brock Lesnar, I'm not totally sold on it yet, but I'm sure they're going to deliver. But it's just not the thing that's making me order it. But, Mark Hill, how about you?
I want to say something about that Fandango thing. You're absolutely right when a vet tells you, shut the hell up. And it just reminds me of something that I've not been a fan of. I've not been a fan of seeing Ryback on the mic. I don't know who said that he should be talking, but, I'm not a wrestler. I don't know anything about the business as far as being an active talent. But I do feel that Ryback should stay off the mic because sometimes a strong, powerful, and silent presence is all you need. And the thing that would make me really, really, really want to watch or order or own or whatever WrestleMania is, although it seems like, at least on TV, they tucked him away, I want to see Santino. I want to see Santino do something, be part of something with somebody or all by himself or whatever. He's the whole show to me.
How about Santino versus Antonio Cesaro? Yes. Especially if we could repackage Santino a little bit, take away a little bit of the goofiness, and let the man's talent shine.
It'd be really easy for him to go back to his old gimmick for FCW, I think is what it's called, his Alexi Boris like something gimmick. What is it? Yeah, Ohio Valley. It was Ohio Valley. They packaged him as like a Sambo, like a freaking like Russian badass. But you don't have to obviously get into Vladimir Kozlov's world, but you can just be Santino Marella just with fucking way better moves.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he's been away long enough to where you can just, hey, you know what? He's perfected his craft. He's gotten away from things, and I think those two could put together a heck of a match and a show-stealing type of match.
Oh, I definitely agree. I mean, the one thing is, I do want to see a different moveset. I know the guy is capable of so much more. I don't want to see 30 different ways you can do a schoolboy pinup or, that's just something I'm not really into. I do like his presence. The guy, I mean, he can make you hate him or love him either way. The guy's good at what he does.